Doing well, son.
Father.
Come now. You know who sired you.
That doesn't matter now. I miss you, Emma. I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right. I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows. Make her proud.
Don't go. Don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right. I'll go straight away. What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
Quite a nice extra ending. Let's see if there's maybe gonna be something more, like at least a bit of a glimpse of what the next part of this adventure is gonna be about then. Yeah, apparently gonna be still a bit continuing here. So in this case, I guess you're gonna be getting a bit more, yeah, get started epilogue. We can basically even like put up a few things. Like the perks that we got. Apparently gonna be still continuing here. At least slightly bit after credits. Let's look at all of this. Agility. You can be getting here. Fast striker. Your attacks will demand 30% less stamina. Ah, it's not that bad. Taunt. A successful evasion during combat will lower your opponent's morale. I'm kinda liking it, considering what kind of actually style I'm using. And I'm really hoping that we're gonna be able to like transport this Henry into the next game. I'm really hoping that's gonna be the case. Vitality, Human, Dustbin, and Revenant. Nah, don't exactly want either of those. Combat, no extra perks, hunting. You don't have really all that many perks, you just got a few levels. That is about it. Is this our trunk? Quite probably. But we cannot access it just about now. Yep, this is what we saved. Where are they then? Oh, they're at the upper castle. Alright.
God save you, Henry.
Yep, you too, good lord. Please clean up slightly. And do we have still something to eat or... It's kinda early in the morning. Nourishment 120. But that's apparently just everything is at 100. Yeah, Pebbles was probably left somewhere. It's Ratsek's horse, I think. How did they get that one? But anyway, Pebbles is probably left somewhere at Talberg. And they didn't make it with me. Down to here.
No, I didn't know she did that.
Kettles for water.
Can I wonder if I'm still all... Yeah, I'm still all tattered. And from blood, probably not, because I've kind of cleaned them myself. Only the weapon is gonna be all blood, but otherwise everything tattered. Like, I was in the battle, so of course. I'm gonna be just coming in there that way. Just thinking slightly maybe about repairs. Nah, screw that. I'm going in front of Jobst as we actually had the battle.
Hal, are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
I kinda like that they actually gave credits, like, before the game is ended. Because often credits are, like, skipped by people, and this time, they just basically rewarded all the devs
And on you, Lord Capon.
being recognized.
And this is my son, Henry.
Kinda
I
nice
didn't know
idea.
you had a son,
Because
Sir
this game
Rensing.
deserves it, and
Came
those
as a bit of a
devs.
surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
The question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur, that King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergholf, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Bergholf is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghof, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghoff know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, Your Grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like scarlets? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Berghoff at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Berghoff would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Kuttenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
Well, that was quite an interesting history lesson.
Lord of Lipa.
Quite so, Margrave.
What exactly am I to write?
Oh, what isn't really the issue. The question is how. We need to learn where they stand on liberating the king and ousting Sigismund. If they'll make trouble or join our side, but...
But we have to ask in a way that won't leave Sir Capon being run out of the castle with a whip.
Exactly.
How about writing that you're concerned about current events and that you want to see things settled peacefully, and then ask the opinion of the League of Lords?
Very well said, sir. And what they want to do about freeing King Wenceslas.
Whether they think liberating King Wenceslas IV might contribute to resolving the dispute?
And what they plan to do about the god-awful mess in this country.
What steps they envisage taking to end the pillaging of Bohemia by foreign armies?
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Well, I'd also venture to suggest one more. What is their stance on that is, the initiatives of Margrave Jobst of Moravia and a large part of the Bohemian nobility? Whether they plan to take action against them or support their efforts?
You read my thoughts, sir.
And a bit of new actual development in the history lessons in here. John of Jenstein. That's 27th December 1350 to 17th June 1400. John of Jenstein, Jan z Jensteina. Jenstein, yeah, that shouldn't be that extra hook there. Was Bishop of Meissen and Chancellor to King Wenceslas IV from 1376 and Archbishop of Prague from 1379. A serious illness during the worst outbreak of plague in Bohemia altered his disposition from that of a carefree man to a devoted servant of the church. This did not meet with the approval of Wenceslas, however, who sent him to prison at Karlstein Castle and in 1394 removed him from the office of chancellor, which led to further conflicts between the church and the king. Subsequently, John finally gave up his office in 1396. His many writings include sermons, commentaries, tractates, essays, and poetry. Talk to your father. It's like from Star Wars.
So what do you think of it all, Sir Divish?
I think I don't know what to think.
That makes two of us.
If I didn't know anything about Jobst, I'd say he's right and absolutely truthful. But
I've heard too much about him already.
Likewise. But I do feel he's the one with the best chance to put things right.
Well, we'll see what we learn from Bergov. If the League of Lords stands with Sigismund, then our chances pale, in spite of everything Job said.
We shall see. We shall see. So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Very well. Bergov.
Oh, Trosky now, that's awesome.
I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
And why I'm so happy about Trosky? Because I actually have spent my whole childhood in Český Rajček, or rather Bohemian Paradise, or how is it called in English. That's where Trosky are, and also Kost Castle, which is an awesome castle, Gothic one from 14th century. And man, this is exactly like the lands of my childhood, and they're gonna be in the game. That is gonna be supremely awesome. I'm just hoping that they're gonna be like exactly the places that I'm gonna recognize around Kost Castle, around Trosky as well. Damn, if that's gonna be really so well done. I'm just gonna be able to tell if it's well done or not, detailing and such. Is so looking forward to this already. Damn. Well, let's ask about all of this. That's going to be a bit of a history lesson.
I'm getting a bit lost in the Luxembourg lineage. It all seems a bit too tangled.
The Luxembourgs have ruled the Empire and Bohemia for almost 100 years now. Emperor Charles brought this land to prominence. When he was in power, things had never been so good. Wenceslas and Sigismund are his sons, but by different mothers. Jobst and Prokop are their cousins. They were entrusted with governing Moravia. But instead, they've been in a bitter armed feud for years, and now Sigismund's fallen out with Wenceslas. Wenceslas also had another brother, the youngest, John of Görlitz, who was most probably poisoned. They seem like a hot-blooded lot. It's hard to keep up with their affairs, since they tend to change their alliances from one day to the next.
Who is he really, this Jobst?
The cousin of King Wenceslas. He's the Margrave of Moravia. I admit I don't know what to make of him myself. Until recently, he was allied with the League of Lords. For a time, he even served Rupert of the Palatinate against the king. And now suddenly, he's reversed his position. I don't know what led him to do it, and one can't help being suspicious. It's best to keep a watchful eye on him, but he really is the leader of the resistance against Sigismund these days. We'll just have to see how it all turns out.
I'm a bit concerned so many people seem to think so little of King Wenceslas. You knew him, didn't you? What's he really like?
Well, there's no straightforward answer to that question. He certainly makes a great hunting and drinking companion, but he can be very fiery and impetuous when things don't go how he'd like them. He never had much of a head for high office. He finds it tiresome. But once a man's grasped the scepter, it's hard to let it go again. You can't just abscond. You've seen for yourself what happens when he disappears for a few months. Better a bad but legitimate king than a bloody war over the throne.
Who is this Prokop that Job spoke of?
Jobst's brother, the king's cousin. He and Jobst warred over Moravian supremacy for years. Then they were allies for a while, betrayed Wenceslas and sided with Rupert of the Palatinate. But after Sigismund abducted Wenceslas, Prokop fomented a revolt against him, and Sigismund had him captured. Politics. Make of it what you will. I, for one, can't make head or tail of it most of the time.
The League of Lords and that Bergov we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghof, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghoff has to say.
I don't know all that much about Sigismund.
He's the king's younger brother and king of Hungary in his own right. 7 years ago, he led a crusade against the Turks and was defeated at Nicopolis. Some say it was due to the recklessness of the French knights, most of whom were mercilessly slaughtered. Sigismund is ambitious and capable. He might well make a better ruler than Wenceslas, but he's arrogant, and to our misfortune, brutal. Not long ago, he himself was held captive by the Hungarian nobility. They dislike him as much as some of the Czech and German noblemen do his brother Wenceslas. Ironically, Wenceslas joined forces with Jobst to liberate him. And now this is how
Complicated
Sigismund
family.
repays his brother. There's no doubt about it. God does move in mysterious ways.
And it has to be said that basically all this extra information, that's absolutely not what we were taught at school during history lessons. Ever basically Sigismund was portrayed as a simple bad guy, pretty much. Wenceslas as basically good guy, not like some kind of super king, but it wasn't really mentioned that he was really that bad a king. So yeah, there are a lot of nuances here. A lot of nuances, definitely. Would have been glad if we actually were taught things like that in the history lessons. Would have been making it a whole lot more interesting. But at the same time, if you need to learn all the history from Paleolithic and all the way into the present almost, like the Second World War, that's a lot to cover. That's why we have universities.
Rupert of the Palatinate.
If you're interested
That's a
more
name
in
I
that,
hadn't
or
heard before
books, of
today.
course.
Rupert is the Prince Elector of the Palatinate.
What's a Prince Elector?
The Prince Electors are dignitaries of the Holy Roman Empire who have the right to elect the King of the Romans, who would then be crowned Holy Roman Emperor by the Pope. Rupert took the title for himself with the help of 3 other Prince Electors, even though Wenceslas had already been appointed. Some of the nobility in the empire recognized Rupert's claim, but when he went to Rome to be crowned emperor, it turned into a fiasco. Now he's doing his utmost to get Wenceslas to acknowledge him, but so far without success. So, now we have 2 kings of the Romans. Jobst sided with Sigismund for a while, but now he's switched allegiance. He seems to do that quite a lot.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna, I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
I didn't exactly catch that fully.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein. Why is he here?
This is kind of nice, actually, basically, some background of what the second game is gonna be about.
Sir John sits on Jobst's council.
There's a bit of an advertisement for that, likely, pretty much.
I suppose it makes sense to have a powerful Austrian house as allies. It could be very useful.
That young man, Sir John of Liechtenstein.
The Liechtensteins are a powerful Austrian family with estates in Austria and Moravia. Sir John sits on Jobst's council. Since the king's being held captive in Vienna...
Yep.
That's about all.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush. And good luck, son.
Do you like, for example, is Sir Divish, do you have something to say?
The Lord be praised.
Nope.
See you later.
Doesn't have any conversation options. Hello, Mr. Guard. So they're apparently done, maybe it seems. Cannot talk to anybody here. Well, let's just take the letter.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Kuttenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me?
Yeah.
Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
You got a few groshens, not like we need all that many of them. Congratulations, you've completed the main storyline. If you like, you can still embark on side quests and activities or just wander the world. You can finish the game anytime by joining Sir Hans Capon's squad. Yeah, that's kinda nice, basically they allow you to do whatever you want still at the end. John II of Liechtenstein, 1386 through 1412, a member of the Council of the Moravian Margrave, Jobst of Luxembourg, who, as one of only a few Moravian lords, did not fight against the king alongside Jobst. Interesting. The Liechtensteins were a wealthy family, owning estates in the Styrian, probably, and Lower Austria regions from the 13th century onwards, their main seat being Mikulov, Nikolsburg. The Liechtenstein princes were in a close alliance with the Habsburgs and Luxemburgs. In the war against Sigismund, John of Liechtenstein supported Wenceslas, helping to rescue him from captivity, but by so doing fell out of favor with the Austrian dukes, who confiscated his estates around the Danube River and took him prisoner. After the death of Wenceslas, the Liechtensteins aligned with Sigismund. Okay. So where are we? We are... yes, here. Okay, we shouldn't be here. Njolmoland. Njolmoland or... Njolmoland, yeah. This was where we were, yep. So I kinda guess that might be about it, because I don't think that we have any quests that we want to really follow up with. Or that would be something that we really can do. Yeah, that's poaching for the boar, not interested. Good thief, no. Sentinel remains, no. Lost in translation, no. Tricks of the trade, we couldn't really get it done, so no. Lost and found, nothing really. Vengeance. Find Marquardt for Owlets and avenge your parents. It's just gonna be direct continuation, of course, into the second game. An epilogue. Can just go speak to Lord Capon then. Maybe I should be just going to repair my stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go repair our things. So that we are fancy as we go towards the lords at Trosky. I'm really so giddy about that. Trosky cost. It's gonna be so awesome. So freaking awesome. To be in that kind of land of my childhood and know as my boots. It'll be so supremely awesome. Looking forward to the second game. Okay, blacksmith apprentice. He's just gonna be repairing everything. We don't have anything new here. Some kind of like spoils of war. What is this? It's like poisoned, right? Marigold potion effect. Aha! We actually somehow gave it. So actually, that's what actually happened in there. I used the marigold and accidentally used it on something else by E. And it seems that it's actually gonna be an arrow that is gonna be healing the opponent. There are many types of arrows available and are rather available to medieval archery. Wounding and piercing arrows for combat, hunting arrows for shooting game, etc. They can all vary in quality too, and a good bow won't shoot bad arrows well, or vice versa. Marigold potion effect. Yeah, it's gonna be funny.
Be a bit more.
Funny arrow. So where do you have your master? We need to get the repairs going.
With you? I'm glad to see you. God be
Apparently you don't do anything. But anyway, we still need to go into at the bottom. So do we need to repair Caparison maybe, or is it still fine? I can check probably from here. 100, it's everything 100, so that's fine. Therefore I just need to repair myself. Yeah, it's the blacksmith.
How are you, Henry?
I'm fine. Are you already working?
My God, what?
No, he's
Take
not.
care.
Let's wash ourselves and get everything cleaned up. Since you're right now walking around here, you're gonna be also getting rid, I think, of all the junk that I don't need. Like the bad breads here. Gonna be getting all 3 of them. Oh, we missed. I'm just gonna jump right next to you here. Enjoy, little piggy. Did I only throw away one of those? No, I didn't. I threw all 3. Yeah, okay. I'm just giving your piggy a bit of something to eat. And let's see if you can find a few extra ones somewhere. So I would like to really get prepared for the road to Trosky.
Come on up and take a look.
It's only 8 AM, so you're having plenty of time to basically look for the piggies. Where do we have a few of those extras somewhere? Yeah, hello, Mr. Guardsman. Well, chickens, you're gonna be happy for some kind of bread as well. So let's drop this one to you. Enjoy. And I think I have a pretzel there. What is actually this? Oh, that's somebody gonna be preparing bread here. But there are chickens here in the middle, so I'm thinking I'm gonna just throw them the pretzel here. I think that could be it for the bad food. Yep. Just checking if the chicken is actually noticing it and going back up. Apparently she is. So let's wait an hour here. Energy, health, nourishment still coming down. But we're not overeaten. That's basically so that we can finish up without any kind of bad effects to all those cinematics, I'm thinking. Because it's gonna be affecting cinematics. Even potions are affecting them. Like for example, I could have seen with the night vision one. There we go, door
God be
open,
with you,
and
Henry.
where do you have your husband? Has he not come to the shop yet? Oh, he's standing there. Just coming in, Mr. Taylor.
Greetings, good.
I would very much for you like to repair everything that I have.
I'd like to discuss the...
How about
What
we bring
about
it to
this?
about 46?
You're a right.
37. 47.
Oh,
is
that's a
gonna be
decent
good.
price.
Thank you. Last check here in case Necronomicon is up. I don't exactly assume.
God grant you...
Even having antlers for some reason. Frankincense. Yeah, I had actually the, well, not really pleasure to actually smell it and being burnt. And that's not really all that nice, because my brother got it when he was in Oman, I think. So he got it there and as some kind of gift. So we tried burning it at home, and damn, that's not something that I enjoyed. It's really not something that I enjoyed at all. But, did I miss something there, or... No, I don't think that I did. The recipes. And the alchemist dream. Yep, nothing from you. Let's check here in case you can get into the presbytery for the last thing that, for the missed things, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do so. Yeah, it's just not possible for some reason. But anyway, yeah, as I said in previous occasions, I think it's only some kind of bandit ear. Nothing all that major. I don't think that we actually need to repair our shoes, right? Silent shoes, I think I've put them even on the horse here. Pretty certain that I did. Let's visit our master blacksmith. Again, the repairs to our armor, because that we certainly need.
Good God.
Goodbye.
And we can pretty much select everything. You can see the armor is really bettered. Short Noble Holberg and Diet Milanese Brigand. We got quite plenty of shots or rather hits by the guys in that battle. Let's select everything and as I go for a bit of a repair.
I'd like
discount.
to discuss the price.
How about like
What about this?
500 straight?
No, it'll take more.
exactly.
I'll go for that.
Thank you, good sir. And we are looking all nice and shiny. Oh, we so are. I hope we have been given plenty of food on our road. Maybe I could have taken something and bought a bit of food. But I think we're having plenty of money and we're gonna be stopping at inns. So yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Or we can just hunt somewhere, I guess.
So, can we set off now, Henry?
Of course. I can't wait.
Let's
So,
finish the
from
game.
us, the Lord of Burgov is bound to be waiting us eagerly.
Oh, my trusty steed. Let's put everything on you that we don't need right about now. All of those little things, the treasures, the silver ring, of course, that we got from the last battle that we were in. Communion chalice as well. But the rest we can keep. Okay, let's head out.
God be with you, Henry.
With you two guys. We're going on an adventure. I'm kind of curious if right now we're gonna be riding all the way to the side of the map. Because actually Trosky Castle from Ratai here is quite a ways.
So, how is life as a highborn bastard?
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodzig? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
It's about like 100 kilometers at least.
What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggars belief.
So I would be in those basic terms of back then, and on a horse, I would be expecting at least like 2 days.
You know that King Wenceslas is such a...
Probably 3.
Such a...
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trust in your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Ha! Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
That's a new
Last
one.
winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with
Iglau,
him.
it's probably gonna be
Of course,
Hlava.
that's not something to brag about in front of Jobst.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords. But despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Eglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sahanish as such a rebel. And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
That is a pretty good point. That is a
And that
pretty good
Burghoff
point
we're going to
indeed.
see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive.
Yeah,
I'd be
that
interested to
certainly
see for
is.
myself.
It's really quite cool looking, Trosky Castle. It's on top of
And what about the
basically
League of Lords?
a dual
Wealthy,
volcano.
Pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back at their old tricks.
Neuhof. Well, that's a long into the past that we kinda began here. With the investigation. And looking after the bandits. Oh, where do we actually go? Yeah, they're kinda behind us. But they're trying to catch up with us also from time to time. There's a strange guy. Is this a guard? Well, he's having the colors, a livery. So it's gonna be probably a good guy here. It's slightly strange.
Good day, Henry.
Hello. Yeah, it's gonna be just some kind of huntsman or huntsmaster or whatever. Kinda right now leads me to believe that maybe we're gonna be waylaid somewhere. It seems that this road is quite important. And like how we are right now moving forward, and we have probably already talked about everything that we had some kind of that we were supposed to talk about. Yeah, it was one hell of a tough archery mission here, or rather mission. Archery conquest, or quest only, not conquest, only quest. Yeah, exactly that, to get the mark for Andrew, for that innkeeper. Spent quite a bit of time on that. But it was worth it. Or maybe we're not gonna be daylight, but we're just waiting for some kind of good scenic view of Rataya and like signaling that we are leaving. He's going interesting way. Why is he going left? There's some kind of camp here, which I think was empty. Yeah. There's nobody here really.
God be with you, Henry.
Ouch! A horse's head right into your face. That hurt.
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
We were supposed to
There's
follow
one more
him,
thing
right?
I need to arrange.
Very well. We'll be here waiting for you. Though I might go on a bit of a hunt to pass the time.
Yep, just want to talk to him.
How about it, Henry?
Of course.
Sure.
At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite.
The end achievement unlocked.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that horseman who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I've a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Well, that is it. Right about now, probably for good. So here again, thanks very much, devs, for everything you've done. And I'm so glad that I got the chance to play this game. Really, really glad indeed. So yeah, this is it for good this time. I've already said everything during the credits and such, so I'm not gonna repeat that. So I'm just gonna, at this point, close it up. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed my whole journey through this game, through this awesome game, and I certainly hope that I inspired you to try it again yourself, or to try it even for the first time yourselves, and just buy it and support the developers that way, because they really deserve it. And I just cannot wait for the second part, which is gonna be in Bohemian Paradise near Trosky, Coast Castle. This is gonna be so freaking awesome for me. It's gonna be so freaking awesome. I just cannot even say how much, because that has been always my dream, to be playing a game like that. I even had a thought of creating that countryside, for example in Morrowind, with that huge basically design set that you are having with that game. I never got to it, and I, to be honest, don't really have all that much of a skill for that. Could be probably learning, but the graphics would be kind of difficult, but still, having it in this game, in such a beautiful game also, on top of everything, I'm so looking forward to that. So looking forward to that. So thank you for watching. I've been Black at this place. Feel free to support me, follow me, whatever else you want on here, on Twitch, on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, and see you later. See you later, as I'm gonna be figuring out what game we are gonna be playing next on there's this.